Sup guys, ZachTech12 here, and in case you didn't notice, I have a new skin. It's a female version of my usual skin. Her name is Zoe, or Zoe, depending on how you pronounce it, but I'm gonna need to throw this away. Let me get my armor back. This is unintentional. Let me get the turtle shell. Turtle shell, Elytra, gold pants, leather boots. Now I have the spyglass. So, here we are today, and we got some goodies for you today, but first we gotta talk about some changes to the skulk sensor. There's a lot. The first one is I wanted to show the minecart one off first is because it's interesting because it's supposed to put out a signal strength of 6. Yet it's only putting out 1, like it's a normal footstep. Which is odd to me. So, another one is opening shulker boxes. This, come on. There you go. This works for both the mob and the item. Opening it does 15. I'm going to wait for it to power off. Closing it does 14. So, this is one that a lot of people have probably been suggesting for a long time. Ringing bells. So, ringing bells. It does 6. Eating cake does 7. And here's a unique one. Placing a book in a lectern. That does 6. That does 5. I think that does 5. Placing a book in a lectern. And another one is filling up a cauldron. This works for powder snow. Gives a signal strength of that. Emptying the cauldron makes the same signal strength. Same for water. Water actually does a bit less. Emptying it makes the same. Filling it with lava does the same as water. Yeah, does it do this? It actually is a bit less. So the most powerful is powdered snow, then water, then lava. That's it. So pretty much that, and there's also a couple ones. There's spawning an entity does 1, 2, 3. Does 12 signal strength. Shearing a sheep does that signal strength. And killing an entity does that signal strength. I don't know the exact. I can't see the exact numbers because it only shows up for like a split second. Because these are these are only with the comparators. Remember, because this was showed off in the first video that I did with skulk sensors. And if you missed that, go check it out. Same. There's also priming the fuse of TNT. This also works for when creepers are about to explode as well. And explosions are of course 15. So I'm just gonna eat the rest of this cake, and I didn't even know you could eat cake in creative until today, but now you can. Now I know you can. It's beautiful. So today we're gonna be heading into the beautiful stuff. It's all of this lush stuff. This stuff is going to be in the lush caves. There isn't much that you can get in survival. All the stuff that you see right in front of you, you unfortunately cannot get in survival right now. So this is the Azelia leaves, and there's the Azelia leaves. There's the flowering Azelia leaves. I don't have the flowering version in my inventory. I want to put it there. You see, I chose jungle trees because, you know, they work like regular leaves. They have persistence. They have stuff like that. But it also says it has hashtag Minecraft Azelia log replaceable. So I guess that also tells us that there's going to be Azelia logs as well. So I presume they're going to work like the little clumps that you see in jungle biomes. They're not going to be like full trees, because, you know, it's most likely going to be in the lush caves. And here is this. These things are... This is just called the Azelia. This is called flowering Azelia. Azelia... There it is. Azelia, flowering Azelia. I don't need jungle trees in my inventory anymore, I just realized. Nor do I need jungle logs. So here, so these will actually drop from the leaves, as well as sticks. Unfortunately, apples do not drop from them yet, but I also just remembered that I forgot something that was for the skulk sensor. Has to do with night vision. Well, it just has to do with potion. So, finishing drinking has a sound. So now I have night vision. So now I'm going to head over and talk about the rest of this stuff. You see those vines? These are glowberry vines. It also says cave vine's body. There's cave vine's head. And unfortunately, you can't climb them like weeping vines, but give them bone meal. And unfortunately, they do not grow on their own yet. Give them bone meal. And they'll drop the glowberries. So, and a mob that actually really likes these glowberries is the fox. So it'll pick it up. It'll eat them. Unfortunately, they only heal 1 hunger right now. Although, here's the thing. I'm going to set the time to night. So time set midnight. So there we go. He's invisible now. So, oh wait, okay, I want to get rid of, so let me get some milk. Where's some milk? Milk. You see, these things actually emit light. And they emit a light level of, of 14, so they're just as good as a torch. So it's a new good way to have a light source when we eventually get the ability to use these. So I'm going to do time set noon. We'll get to this wandering trader in a minute, but first we gotta talk about the Dripleaves. So, these are actually can be gotten in survival. And as you can see, they can be gotten by trading wandering traders. So you get small Dripleaves. Get 2 of them. And let's get some bone meal. They can be completely submerged in water, and I actually found out that these actually, wait, do they? Okay, what if I get some clay? What if I get some clay? Clay. Because I know they can also be just placed on clay regardless. Let me get some clay. Yeah, regardless of whether or not there's water nearby. But other than that, they need to have water nearby. Or they need to be submerged in water. They need to either be that or submerged. They need to be placed on clay or submerged in water. It's one of the two. Then they can be placed on any block. They can be placed on... Oh, you might not have noticed these. I completely forgot about these. These are moss blocks. You can craft them just like with wool into moss carpets. And I'm going to place a couple of these over here. And I'm going to grab some moss. There we go. So, moss carpet. So, we got moss carpet. Let's grab these. Moss block. So, it just looks like normal grass, but unlike grass, it doesn't change color based on the biome. And as you can see, the moss block is spreading. Oh, and you can actually use this to get Azelia. Unfortunately, you can't use bone meal on that. And this can break through stone and a lot of stuff, like, let me show you place a couple of these. So yeah, this is how you get that stuff. You use bone meal on it, and that's how it works. It's quite interesting. Oh, I need bone meal. Shoot. Let me get some bone meal. Because here, I'm actually going to get some bedrock. Some bedrock. And I bone meal this. It breaks the bedrock. So you can use this to break bedrock, and this is how you get the big drip leaf, which, for the small drip leaves to pick it up, you have to use shears, but for the big drip leaf, you don't have to. It has the unique, property, let me get a snowball, of throwing a projectile at it. Huh? Oh, it has to be, like, right at the top. And then it drops the big drip leaf. So here is the big drip leaf. I stand on it, and it does that. Although, this is a bit of a criticism. You see, it's supposed to be part of, like, parkour or whatever, but by holding shift, it never tilts, so it kind of defeats the purpose. But if I let go of shift, it tilts down. And by the way, these things can be completely submerged, and they still work underwater. And here's some new blocks. We have the rooted dirt. Unfortunately, this is not found in the world yet. These are all going to be in the lush caves. We got the spore blossom and the hanging roots. And the spore blossom creates these really cool looking particle effects. These can only be placed on ceilings. Same with these things, of course. And unfortunately, the glowberry does not do anything right now. Other than you can eat it, but now we're going to be heading on to other parts of the world. Oh, no, let's teleport over here. Because we got some things to talk about in the snowy tundra. Gotta talk about this. Powdered snow can be moved by pistons now. And it just works like any other block. And this was actually suggested by the community. Because, see, if you place a skeleton in there, he's going to turn into a stray, and it makes a really cool sound effect. So let me actually get a fox, because there's also something else with foxes. Let me spawn a fox. See, foxes, unlike other mobs, they don't fall into snow anymore. They don't fall into powdered snow. So it takes a while for the stray to convert. Yeah, I had to murder him. It was a necessary sacrifice. And it only needs to be one up. Oh, there it is. There it is. But unfortunately, the stray is not immune to the freezing damage. So he's just going to take usual freezing damage. Yep, there it is. There's the freezing damage. Which, yeah, a lot of people will probably, including me, probably think that maybe this guy should be immune from... Maybe these guys should be immune from freezing damage. So now you can get strays in your world. Well, actually, I was gonna say without having to visit snow, but right now the only way to get a powdered snow is via it snowing into here. So you will still actually have to visit the snow biome anyway. And yeah, he's taking a long time to die, so I'm just gonna end his life. Yeah, I got some looting on here. You may be wondering, you may be wondering why I have flame on this bow. As you can see, normally, yeah, it shoots fire. But if I shoot it through the powdered snow... No, come on. No, come on. Okay, there it is. There it is right there. There it is. It puts out the fire. It has a little bit of a particle effect to tell you whether or not it worked. It's a bit buggy right now, but... But yes, powdered snow can put arrows out of fire. Now we're gonna head over to the coast. Let's go check in on Mudkip. Yo, Mudkip. I'm gonna get, is he still in his tank? Where is he? There he is. There's Mudkip. He's still in his tank. So, there's been some changes to drowns. So, I'm gonna spawn in some drowns. I'm actually gonna set it to night. So, time set. No, time set. Midnight. There we go. Time set midnight. Spawn a bunch of drowns in. They don't need to be all adults. They can be babies. I'm still probably gonna try to spawn in a bunch of adults anyway. There's a bunch of drowns. So now I'm gonna go kill them. So you know how like sometimes zombies and husks can sometimes drop an iron ingot, and drowns and zombie piglins used to be able to drop gold ingots. For the drowns, this has changed. If I can get it to happen, I have looting 3 on this sword. Come on, there needs to be at least one of you that'll drop it. Oh, there it is. They drop copper ingots now. So yeah, they are pretty rare drops, just like how like drops of this caliber usually are, but it's been the gold ingot has been replaced with a copper ingot. And speaking of copper, I haven't really been able to show this because I'm an idiot. Let me set it back to time set. Okay, it's time set noon. It's noon. Let's head back to this area. Let's head into the Amethyst Geode. Because, you know, I placed these coppers. Oh, yeah, the block of amethyst. Where's the tinted glass, actually? Is tinted... Okay, Yeah, tinted glass is still here. So, let's actually look at these things. So, we have block of copper. This is now called... The almost green but not fully green one is called... Okay, let me actually get let's just look at copper. So we got a block of copper, then we got exposed copper, then instead of like lightly weathered, almost weathered, then it's just weathered copper, then we have oxidized copper. Then we have cut copper, exposed cut copper, weathered cut copper, oxidized cut copper. Then it's just all that. So it's so they've shortened the names a little bit. It's not that good, but there's also the waxed versions. There's also there's the waxed versions. So that's pretty much it with this snapshot. Oh yeah, there's actually one more thing I forgot to mention about skulk sensors. See, a new sound that has been added is the Ravenger's Roar, but I'm not gonna spawn in a Ravenger and wait for it to do its thing. And another thing is that Enderman placing and picking up blocks functions the same way that a player would. So yeah, now you can use, so an Enderman can now activate skulk sensors. So I guess if you're on like a multiplayer server, it's like, who did that? Who activated my thing? Oh, it's just an Enderman. It's just a stupid Enderman. So I guess that's gonna be annoying. Them ruining your redstone contraptions. The problem with skulk sensors is that they're way too sensitive. So pretty much, yeah. Zoe, it's me, Zoe. Zoe is done here today. This is all it is for this week. I guess I'll see you guys next time. Peace.